All the way to 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Yes.
How would Hollywood Bus here? How did it drive itself here? Because the
What do you think, Joe? The driver was on the bus. They got off. It's not the end of the world. You ready to go?
Me?
Yep. You ready to take off? Joe, you ready?
So I'm supposed to take a picture? Am I supposed to take a picture, Mom?
Yes.
Yeah, Dad, we actually.
There's a driver.
Why is it heavy with sitting front seat? Yeah, I can do this. Just if you guys just here, just come off the bus and I'll do it.
Detour today because of the Oscars. So this is our tour bus. This is the guide.
Just so you guys know though, you won't be able to see a lot from this front seat, alright? Because this will be blocking your view. Is that okay? Okay, the only two are longer than this one's the one that Gilligan went on, alright? Everybody got one of these, right? Yep. Yeah. Alright, so inside of there is just going to be what I'm going to go over here. Basically what we're going to do is I'm going to give you the appetizer sampler of Los Angeles. By that I mean we're going to have a bunch of little short stops. You can get a taste of each area. If you're here for one day, you can see all the cool stuff in one day. If you're here for more than one day, you can figure out where you want to go back and spend more time, alright? So we're going to start today off at the beach at one of the most famous Los Angeles beaches. The Venice Beach Boardwalk will be our first stop. It's where skateboarding and rollerblading became popular. It's where bodybuilding became a sport. You've seen it in tons of TV shows and movies throughout the years. Very recognizable spot down there in Venice. A lot of interesting people down on the Venice Boardwalk though. A lot of eclectic people.
Oh, watch out, they're coming.
Come over this way, you guys. So we're on our first tour stop. Come over here, Venice Beach area. This is a mural that's painted on the wall. And so we are here. We're gonna look around. There's our bus.
Our bus driver's Chris Pratt.
No.
Our bus just left. Just left at 11. Where'd he go? Oh God.
What I wonder is how many people has he given those instructions to?
It failed.
And they got off and still fell into a scam? What you think? Don't touch.
Hey, my sister. Happy Sunday, good morning.
guys, let's go this way. Come on. This is still Venice Beach.
Don't slide down. Don't fall off that thing. This is scary sliding down. Okay.
Come on, get down because it's the skateboarding people.
Oh, did it? Wasn't that hard?
This is sobering reality of life.
Okay, you're not off. Yeah, you just got on there. Sure, you. I don't care. I don't care.
Real life in the heart of everything else that's going on.
Come on, look over here. Okay, now you can follow me. Whoa.
Uh-oh.
That was nice of you, Gail. Scary. Yeah. I'd be like, oh no! Ron, did you see that?
I felt it hit my foot. His wheel came off of his skateboard as he was skateboarding.
I caught it.
So this is like the first official stop of the tour. Venice Beach, people riding their bicycles. Jalen Jail, come over back. Skateboarders. Haven't seen any muscle people. There's a police station.
What do you mean?
Skateboarding.
I saw another one. No, I saw two.
They're right there. Jail.
In Los Angeles. So in just a moment here, coming up off to the right-hand side, you guys are going to see a building with a fountain in front of it, which is going to be the Wilshire. The Wilshire here, coming up off to the right, is actually the residence where Farrah Fawcett lived for the last 20 years of her life. And in just a moment, next coming up off to the right, you'll see a building called the Dorchester. The Dorchester that will be coming up here off to the right-hand side is actually going to be the current residence of the actor Bruce Willis. So Bruce Willis's condo building here, right off to the right-hand side, the Dorchester there. And then finally, next coming up off to the corner on the right, you guys will see the Blair House. The Blair House here coming up off to the right is actually the current residence of the international pop sensation Psy that wrote the hit song Gangnam Style. Some other notable residents of the Wilshire corridor here through the past few years are going to be people like the talk show host Larry King, the tennis player Serena Williams, and even for a short stint, Justin Bieber owned a condo down here while he was waiting to move into his house in Beverly Hills. Now next coming up off to the right here, you guys will see the Sinai Temple. This is actually the largest conservative synagogue in Southern California. I don't know if you know this, but the city of Los Angeles actually has one of the highest Jewish populations outside of Israel. So throughout the day, you guys will see a lot of synagogues and conservative Jews and things like that as we drive through the Los Angeles area. Just past the temple here, coming up off to the right, you'll see the Sterling International Towers. Some of you might know the owner of the building here coming up off to the right, the lawyer Donald Sterling, who recently lost ownership of the Los Angeles Clippers team. I heard there's now a lot of open vacancies inside that building. Now, does anybody on the bus remember who Freddie Prinze is from Chico and the Man? Anybody remember what happened to him? You know, yeah, he had a very famous Hollywood death, which actually happened here off to the left in those gray buildings. That's the Comstock. That's the residence where Freddie Prinze was living when he passed away. Now, next coming up off to both sides of the bus here, you're going to start to see the Los Angeles Valley Country Club Golf Course, which was actually the first country club golf course built here in the Los Angeles community back in the late 1800s. But back in the 1950s and 60s, lots of Hollywood celebrities had memberships here. People like Ronald Reagan, Frank Sinatra, George Burns, Bing Crosby. One of my favorite stories stories I've heard about this golf course, though, is Bob Hope was out here golfing on a hot summer's day back in the 1960s, and he got hot, so he took his shirt off. Now, one of the caddies came up to him. He's like, Mr. Hope, didn't you read the rule book? You got to keep a collared shirt on in the course at all times. He's like, well, go get me the rule book, kid. So the caddy came back, pointed out the rule to Bob. Bob flipped through the pages of the rule book, goes, all right, kid, you win. Handed the rule book back to the caddy, put his shirt back on, then proceeded to take his pants off, handed his pants to the caddy, goes, should have put something about pants, though, and golfed the rest of the round. It's just his collared shirt and underwear. Now, coming up onto the left here, you guys will see this building, which is actually an elementary school. This elementary school here off to the left is actually going to be where the actress Angelina Jolie attended grade school. And for the shields coming up off to both sides of the bus here, you know we are now officially entering that famous 90210 zip code. Welcome to the city of Beverly Hills, one of the most expensive cities in the world. Alright, so coming up off to the right here, you guys will see the famous Beverly Hilton Hotel. The Beverly Hilton is actually the largest hotel in the city of Beverly Hills. It was originally built by the game show producer Merv Griffin that produced Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. This hotel here coming up off to the right is actually the location where the Golden Globe Awards take place each year. 2 weeks ago when the nominees luncheon was held for the Academy Awards, that takes place here. So when you guys are watching the Academy Awards tonight and they go previously presented in Beverly Hills, this is where that happens. This is also going to be where the singer Whitney Houston passed away. And if anybody remembers the Heidi Fleiss scandals, that's the hotel the Madam intended to run her operations out of. So Charlie Sheen's old favorite hotel there off to the right. Now, the Hiltons also own the Waldorf Astoria in New York, and it's a very famous hotel in New York, so they are opening one finally out here, here in Beverly Hills off to the right-hand side. Now, the original Waldorf Astoria in New York City was actually in the movie Home Alone 2. It's where Kevin was living in the hotel. Now, has anybody ever seen the movie Clueless, starring Alicia Silverstone? Now, if you remember towards the end of the film, there's a scene where a character Cher is walking along having her inner monologue, and she has the epiphany she's in love with her stepbrother, Paul Rudd. Now, she's actually seen walking in front of that fountain there on the corner off to the left. They are currently restoring it, but at night, that fountain there on the corner off to the left actually lights up all different types of cool colors as it's seen at the end of the movie Clueless. Now, that fountain is actually the start of the Beverly Garden Park, which is a 100-year-old park that spans for 14 blocks through the city of Beverly Hills, dividing the Beverly Hills Commerce District here and the Beverly Hills residential area off to the other side. Now, this is going to be the Beverly Hills Commerce District. This is going to be a lot of high-end financial and law firms, a lot of high-end shopping, and also, gentlemen, I normally say this is the appropriate time to confiscate any plastic cards your significant other might have on them, because everything here in the city of Beverly Hills is bought with plastic, because most of the people here in Beverly Hills are made of plastic. More plastic surgeons per capita than anywhere else in the world, right here in the Beverly Hills Commerce District. Now, but when most people think of the Beverly Hills Commerce District, they think of the famous Rodeo Drive. Now, when people refer to Rodeo Drive, what they're actually referring to is the 5-block stretch of Rodeo Drive that cuts through the Beverly Hills Commerce District here, which makes up the fashion district of Beverly Hills and one of the most expensive shopping districts in the world. So what that means is you're not going to see any Gaps or Old Navies down here. It's going to be Louis Vuitton, Prada, Gucci, Dolce & Gabbana, Lacoste, Tom Ford, Valentino, all of those high-end designers. If anybody goes see Zoolander 2, a lot of those high-end designers are actually in that movie. But they all have shops right here in this 5-block stretch of Rodeo Drive. Now, up until the late 1960s, Rodeo Drive was nothing more than a dirt road, and the only building on it was the Beverly Hills Water and Power Building. But in the late 1960s, Giorgio Armani moved down here and opened up a high-end boutique shop, and throughout the years now, a lot of other high-end boutique designers have followed suit. So we're going to be crossing over Rodeo Drive here off to the left. Now, Rodeo Drive was also the filming location for a very famous movie starring Julia Roberts. Anybody know what movie I'm talking about? That is right. So off to the right-hand side here, this is the Beverly Wilshire Hotel. That's actually the hotel where Richard Gere's character was staying in the movie Pretty Woman. Now, if you need to use the restrooms while you are down here and want to get the true Beverly Hills experience, definitely check out the lobby restrooms there at the Beverly Wilshire. It is a one-of-a-kind experience. Now, the people here in Beverly Hills are what I like to call elitists. By that, I mean they literally can care less about the public. So you guys are going to notice there aren't very many public restrooms. That is why I mentioned that is going to be one. There will also be a public restroom at 421 Rodeo Drive in the outdoor shopping center there. Now, also to show you how elitist the people of Beverly Hills think they are, you're going to notice that all of the fire hydrants here in the city of Beverly Hills have been spray painted to look platinum. That is because they think red and yellow looks tacky. Now, what else is red and yellow? This bus. That's right. So last January, the city actually just passed a law that prohibited any tour buses from driving up and down Rodeo Drive or legally dropping off. So I do have to drop you guys off a little bit away from Rodeo Drive. So what you're going to do is you guys are going to go back down this way, hit Wilshire, take a right. You guys will see Rodeo Drive. Hang a right on Rodeo Drive. You guys will see the Louis Vuitton store there. You'll make your way down. You guys will check out a price.
Jamal, did we come by the Chanel? Didn't we come by Chanel? We can cross here?
You can, because I'm going to go all the way back down to the bottom and go up, but I'm saying you can take a shortcut.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, you guys. Oh, hurry, hurry, hurry. It's changed. So we're headed back to our tour bus pickup place, and next we'll be going to the farmers market. I'll be filming more there. I did some Facebook video for Facebook Live of me inside the Louis Vuitton store, and we were looking for a place to take the kids to the bathroom, so we ended up having to do some stairs. Like, they've been getting me doing stairs all day, so I'm winded. But this has been a great adventure. I see a Gap store, so I'm assuming we're coming out of the car. Rodeo Drive, nice area, and are now approaching the more common parts. So we will be going to have lunch. It's actually a really nice Toyota. We've seen tons and tons of Lamborghinis, so to say it's common is an understatement. This is a great adventure, but you know how you're expecting something after all the hype? Well, I guess I should say, really, the only thing I cared about was going into Louis Vuitton. And that's because the selection is much better. However, they ended up not even having my bag of choice, which was the GM Neverfull. Oh, come on, we're gonna go straight across.
Dad, over here.
They're going across over there.
Okay.
So, anywho, it's Cheesecake Factory. Husband's favorite restaurant.
Mom, look at that dress. It's so nice. Dress is.
Go ahead.
I like them all. I want to wear them all when I get.
I think we're still going down some more. Down?
Yep, I hear it.
We hear what?
The bus.
So, I will do some more video when we get to the
Farmers market.
yes, farmers market. That's where we're headed next for lunch.
I hope we have tamales.
The other half of my crew is over there. Hey, JL. So I will see you guys in the next clip of video. Okay, bye.
I was like.